fit is pretty dang good over here. Not perfect, but really good. The only problem is we were floating just a little on this middle foot right here. So we've got a couple ideas how we can fix that without disassembling this whole thing. We're gonna modify this railing section by taking some material off the top and bottom feet to drop the middle just a little bit. We're gonna fix that on our jig for the next one, but we're gonna use the roughest, toughest sanding disc or whatever we have, which is that
this
guy,
one,
I think.
right there. I saw like a Facebook video and I was actually so impressed. I went to the link and bought these things.
Did you? Is that how you got it?
Dude, I could not believe what I saw someone do with one of these, and they are awesome as advertised.
All right.
So it's
no affiliation, by the way, just seems like it works good.
I'm just saying, hey, look, just friend to friend, these are awesome and worth it when you really got to remove material fast. It works so much better than a standard grinding disc that is not even funny. So I usually reserve these actually for like when I really have to take massive amount of material or sharpening lawnmower blades.
Yeah, and by a massive amount, we mean like a 1/16 of an inch, but on a 4x4 square.
Yeah.
That is a massive amount.
I'm being a little bit strategic about the order of preparation for this material, and I'm sandblasting a lot of it to clean it and to get it ready for paint. But my air compressor, which is actually kind of big, I mean, it's not huge, but it cannot keep up with the demand of the air that the sandblaster requires. I'll sandblast one piece, and then my air compressor is like out of air, and while it's rebuilding pressure, I'll do all the rest of the grinding, I'll make some marks, do some cutting of the length and other things just to buy some time until that thing is pumped up again. I'm gonna be countersinking all the screw holes on these base plates. I really like the way it looks when the head of the screw is flush and not proud. So instead of using a conventional countersink, which that's what this is, and they're okay, I prefer to use a drill bit. This is a 1/2-inch drill bit that I've sharpened at a 90-degree or 45-degree angle, because that's as sharp as my jig can make it in the pointiness. I think these are like 52, but you can see they are very similar. Now, the reason I like this is because it cuts way faster and I can resharpen it almost indefinitely. Of course, eventually it'll be too short, but I've got about a dozen 1/2-inch bits laying around, so I'm not really worried about it. Let me show you how fast it cuts.
We're back at the job again with the second rail section, and I was like, nah, we don't need to try to fit that thing. It's perfect. And guess what? Got to grind on it. So good call. I was like, no, let's just finish it.
I wish.
Yeah,
I
so
wish.
this time we adjusted the jig, and now it's rocking a little on the middle, so he's going to take a little off, and it's going to be perfect, isn't it?
Yes, it will. Before I take it
And
home.
we brought the grinder with us this time.
How smart.
This is what happens when your boss buys a new boat and you just got to use this. You don't even get a real screwdriver.
Yeah, Jamie's the worst, isn't he? Don't over tighten them. Yep. Remember when we had that intern guy? And I was like, don't tighten them very tight. And I came back and they were all like sucked to the wall so hard they were about to just snap.
That's a good way
Yeah.
for me to use this because you really can't.
Ray's working on this hardware for the sliding door. How's it going?
Well, everything has been too long about it. I was trying to put these screws in right now.
Oh! Yeah. Good thing you checked.
Yeah, good thing I stopped because I was about to crank it.
Oh, countertops are here. We just shuffled some trucks so they could get in on the gravel. It's like super mud hole over on the other side there. And I couldn't even stand up the other day. It was so slick. Nothing. Great. Jason and I are on shelf and closet rod install duty. Right now we're installing against the wall that's against the other unit, and I'm telling you, I don't know what the reason is, but our stud finders are not working at all. They're just going nuts. Oh, well, it worked for one. But over here, watch this. Just blink, 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 blink. Oh. So I think it has something to do with this being thicker drywall and then it being spray foam right on the other side. This thing can't tell where the studs are.
I know where stud's at.
That hit. All right, he's going. Hang on now. Here we go. Oh, there he is. So that worked out. I was actually I saw this stuff. I was like, uh-oh.
Spray foam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Oh, wow. Lightning. I don't like that. Ooh.
Dude, I thought we were gonna get hit by lightning out there drilling that stupid hole. I think it's 89 5/8, bud.
This video is brought to you by VEVOR, and they've been a longtime sponsor of our YouTube channel, which we really appreciate. And today we're checking out the VEVOR Automotive Jack. And I think this is a great deal and a great thing to have in your vehicle for only $109. Comes in a nice carrying case, and it's really a set of tools. It has an air inflator for your tires, it has the jack for lifting your vehicle, and it also has an electric impact wrench to take your lug nuts on and off. The case is even well designed. It has reflective surface on one side to keep vehicles away from you, and it also has Velcro so that when you stick it under your seat, it'll actually stick and won't slide when you hit the brakes. The electric hydraulic jack takes about 2 minutes or less to reach the maximum height of about 18 inches, and it was really easy to lift this even really heavy vehicle up enough to get the tire changed. The tire inflator comes with a couple accessories, so you could use it for, say, a football or your tire or an air mattress, and it worked really well. It screws onto the Schrader valve, so you get a nice connection, and you can actually walk away while your tire inflates and then come back. The unit is powered by a 12-volt cigarette lighter or a car battery, and it's equipped with a 13-foot long power cord, which I actually needed to get to the back tires of this truck, so that's really nice. So I was really impressed with the wrench for the lug nuts. It like spins up this flywheel, you hear it rev up, and then when it gets up to speed, it just like takes it off in like 1 second. Wow. Holy crap. Which is great because this has like, I don't know, at least 8 lug nuts per wheel, so it'd take a long time to do it by hand. If you want to get your own kit like I have for my truck, just click the link in our video description and use code VVPRO and you'll get an extra 5% off the already low price of $109. And don't forget the VEVOR August DIY Challenge. Show your car some love with the VEVOR Car Care Challenge, and you can win a set of VEVOR Car Care tools valued at up to $550. Details of that are in the description as well. Let's get back to work.
All right, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna admit that you did not make a mistake earlier.
Your tape is actually messing you up. These little nubs. Because you just did it again and it stopped right there. And it caught and you were measuring. Again, you're gonna screw it up again.
It's my fault, but not 100%.
Yeah, so that's not a great design there to have that. So I'm gonna hook you correct.
Jamie's tape.
There you go.
89
5/8.
Come. Yeah. Oh, yes.
That's it.
That is caulkable now. We went from uncaulkable, like quarter plus, to caulkable, which is 1/8 inch range.
So Jamie took about 3/16 of an inch with a grinder off that back bit because the wall or the build out of the drywall mud was making this way out. So we do that on pretty much every job where we get a stock countertop. It doesn't have a side splash. Arlo's working his way down the last like 4 stair treads here, and Lowe's did hook us up by getting us these stair treads They got ruined. They special ordered them again super fast. Like we got them in like a day.
I think Lowe's felt really bad. They, like I drove up, parked in the, you know, just right under the overhang.
And they
walked in, they were sitting in a cart,
Wow.
cart, and the guy goes, Perkins, right?
Yeah,
And I
wow.
go, yeah. And I go, do I have to sign for him? He goes, no, you're good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Another thing we did not get to yet that we need to do, because people are gonna move their stuff into this room tomorrow, is do these bifolds. So I'm gonna unbox them, we're gonna get them up, hopefully get a coat of paint on them as well. I guess the granite's done. There they go.
I was a little curious on why we have so many leftover screws.
I
Everything's
wouldn't worry
in.
about it.
What do you mean you don't worry about it? Excuse me, Mr. Perkins. The bifold doors fell down the first day. Not sure why. I don't know why.
I forgot you were in there, sorry. So brand new out of the box, a lot of these screws are stripped out of this thin edge. It's like a particle board stuff. So we're just moving the hinges down a little like this to get some new fresh holes. And actually we noticed some of the hinges were on backwards. You can see there's a little, oh, this one is on backwards, or was it? You can see this recess for the screw head just a little bit like chamfered on one side and not on the other.
I think it was on backwards.
Yeah, and so that's a problem because then the screws don't go all the way in and the door, when it folds out, it won't stay open. So there's always more to like every little stupid thing than you can imagine. Yeah, my son Chase yesterday, he was like, how could it be this much work to make these metal railings? Like, we just need to have them painted.
We
and
just tap our heels.
Yeah,
and everything.
he
just
was like,
fixes.
why is it so much work? I'm like, dude, it's everything. It's so much work. It just seems like it would be easy. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Bite, precision. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that.
Oh yeah.
That bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see if it will stay open all the way now. Oh, look at that.
Oh man. It's like it's supposed to be like that.
Yeah, excellent.
I'm working on spacing these pickets out, and it's a little more difficult when you have an angled rail section versus a flat rail section. So in order to make it easy for myself, I've got a rough idea of the spacing, and then I rip strips of some Advantech in order to keep them parallel to the vertical upright posts. That's really the key, because you could get the spacing correct in the middle, say, of the picket, but have them actually be out of plumb somewhere else and you may not know it. So this is basically a foolproof way for me to get the spacing and parallel to the vertical post.
We are now painting the bifolds, and I'm using this foam roller, which I was very suspect of. I didn't think it'd do a good job, but it's working great. Jono brought him to the job, and it's way faster too. So that's great. The only downer here is that I wasn't planning on painting the inside of these doors, because look, when you open them, see, you can't see them unless you actually go in the closet and somehow like shut the doors behind you. Then you can see it. So I normally don't paint them because there's
Why
literally,
are you painting this time then?
because you painted one and now we have to paint them all.
Well, nobody gave me clear direction on what to do.
So it's fine, it'll
They
be better.
said paint the doors, I paint the doors.
In case there's an intruder and the people lock themselves in the closet, they'll notice.
You're like, man, does this door look good back here?
You know what? I think we should have our viewers go look at the back of their bifold doors in their own house and see if they're painted and leave a comment. Because Jason thinks that most people probably paint the back of them. Go look, go in your closet and just like shut yourself in there and take a look. Leave a comment. In preparation for the person that's going to move in this weekend, another thing we're doing
is going around and getting any little paint sprockles off the floor. And there are a few, even though we covered up the spots we were working on in each section as we were working on them. It always happens. Yeah, but the good news is this floor is very cleanable. Like, even with your fingernail, any little speck comes right off really easily. Isn't that right, Ray?
Oh yeah.
I'm saying this and I haven't even done it.
Yeah.
But that's what these guys said.
Touch the floor once. It's
Yeah,
so easy.
but we're looking like punched out in here besides picking some stuff up. Punched out, there's a spot right there though.
No, that's, watch. This is how easy it is.
Oh, just dry. And got to finish in here and we're punched out. Closets, they can move a bunch of crap in. We don't care.
Man,
Man.
does somebody want to put a coat of paint on that trim or not?
No, it's white already, it's PVC, so we're just gonna leave it.
Okay.
There's those strips we bought at Lowe's. We got them taped and Lexcel down till the Lexcel kind of cures out.
Is there anything in there besides
No nails. We're gonna wrap it for the day. The only thing we didn't get done on the list that I know of is getting the exterior doorknobs on, like the final ones, because the paint just won't dry on this door. And I waited, for some reason, till last thing to do it, so somebody's gonna have to come back tomorrow. Ray or Jamie, probably. Thanks for building with us. Let's go on vacation.
I'm trying to imagine how they even got a scuff on the bottom.
I mean, maybe somebody fell down going up. It's pretty severe.
We're loading up our orbital sander with some legit grit sandpaper, which is something you can buy and it does support us. We're working with a brand. So the deal on this is it's 47 cents per disc, and it's way better than what you can buy at a box store like DeWalt or Gator is like, I don't want to say it, but he'll say it.
I've tried Gator Grit. No offense to Gator Grit, but I think the sandpaper is pretty useless. So don't buy that if you can help it.
Yeah, so what I've got here is a variety pack of grits, 47 cents each. It's about half the price of Festool, cheaper than DeWalt, and I'm gonna use that. If you didn't know, using sandpaper that is good will speed you up by a lot because it'll remove more material more quickly, and then you also don't have to replace your disc as often. So our variety pack starts at 80 grit, which is really rough if you didn't know, and it's down to 180, which is pretty fine. That's what I'm gonna use to just take off these kind of foot skid marks.
Wow, that's really full. Look at that.
Jamie said he takes this stuff home because it's really flammable, which sounds like something safety wise, but then he says, oh, I let my kids play with it. Like,
Hey, if you have a good little fire going and you take a shovel full of this and throw it up into the air, it just goes like a giant fireball.
okay.
It's awesome.
And we're not recommending or condoning anybody trying that.
This
But-
stuff feels so soft.
All right, let's stop
Look at that.
playing with your wood and get to
Okay,
work.
all right. Sorry about that.
I've got my Czar oil modified poly stirred up here. It's a matte finish, which is gonna match the finish of the flooring. If you remember, we did all of this research trying to figure out a stain color that would match the stair treads with the flooring. And you know what? It ended up that we couldn't really do it, right? I mean, it was all right, but it wasn't great.
It wasn't great, and then somebody said, "Why don't we just do clear coat?" And the homeowner
was
was like,
Jono
"Yes,
said
just
that.
do that." Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Jono.
Yeah.
So instead of spending another couple hours trying to get a stain match, we
Yeah.
are just not going to do it.
We decided that it was gonna look great. We're doing it. I'm just repeating what Jamie is saying over again for you guys, in case you didn't
Kind of
get
what
it.
I said.
This stuff is expensive. It was like 90 bucks a gallon, the Czar, but we like it. I think it's like the best looking finish we can buy locally here. Let's hit it.
You getting a little dust off?
Yeah, I sanded them, I blew them off, and I'm just making sure, like I can just barely feel the slightest grains here and there. So I think I'm gonna get a rag, like a dry rag.
Yeah.
What's that called?
A microfiber?
Tack cloth.
Tack cloth?
And wipe them, because you don't want that. I mean, we're gonna sand them again, but I think you can see a couple of those. Wow.
Whoa. It's
A couple of those like right there.
No, can't see it really, but.
Yeah, anyway.
All right, you are going to start at the top, right, with the poly?
Yes, I think
Work
that's a
your
good
way
move.
Down.
I think if I just wipe my way down, it'll be all right. Oh gosh, I missed one scuff right there.
Man, scuffleupagus. You can just take
Okay.
a piece of hand sandpaper.
Yeah, let me do that. So this is pretty tough. I mean, we're trying to make a sterile environment, and we've got like dust and cats and shoes with dirt. So it's tough to get a really factory looking finish in the field, but I think we're gonna get it. The saying, just take it one step at a time. I've heard that. I think that's what they're talking about right here.
I mean,
What do you think?
You could be right.
Yeah. For sure.
I think it's good advice. Now that I think about it. You wouldn't want to do more than one step at a time.
That'd be, I mean, 2 steps at a
No,
time?
not a good idea.
I think you're onto something.
Well, did it twice. Let's go to lunch. And we're going to do it twice again.
Yeah.
Every step of this process reminds me this is a duplex.
One step at a time.